Welcome to FlyEaglesFly News, where Eagles fans get the latest, fastest, and hottest updates. Hit subscribe and fly high with us. Philadelphia has exploded with the kind of rumor that sets an entire fan base on fire. Reports are swirling everywhere. Josh Allen, the superstar quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, might be heading to the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, you heard that right. The same Josh Allen who's been the heart and soul of Buffalo for years, the guy who turned that franchise around and made them contenders again, could be wearing midnight green next season. Nothing's been officially confirmed yet, but insiders are whispering about late-night calls, mysterious team meetings, and even private jet sightings that supposedly link Allen to Philly executives. Social media is melting down, with fans debating if it's even possible, while others are already imagining him throwing bombs to A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. The idea alone feels insane, but sometimes the NFL loves chaos, and this rumor might just be the biggest plot twist we've seen in years. If this deal actually happens, it changes everything for both teams. The Eagles have been hunting for a spark after an inconsistent run, and Josh Allen could be that missing piece that reignites their offense. Imagine an Eagles offense with Allen's arm strength, Hurts' mobility. Well, assuming Hurts becomes part of the trade, and the dynamic receivers already in place. That's a scary thought for any NFC defense. Meanwhile, the Bills would be left in shock, forced to rebuild around whoever they get in return. Speculation is wild. Some say Jalen Hurts plus draft picks. Others mention defensive stars like Haason Reddick being part of the package. Whatever the price, if the Eagles pull this off, it's a statement that they're all in for another Super Bowl run. The entire league would have to react instantly. The timing of this rumor makes it even more dramatic. The Eagles have had a solid but not dominant season, with fans questioning whether the magic from their last Super Bowl appearance has faded. Buffalo, on the other hand, has been struggling with inconsistency and locker room tension that's been quietly boiling for months. Insiders have whispered about disagreements between Allen and the coaching staff, and now, looking back, maybe those were the early signs of something bigger brewing behind the scenes. A sudden move to Philadelphia could be Allen's way of getting a fresh start, a new challenge, and maybe a new chapter where he can lead a team that's hungry for another title. Philly has always loved players who bring fire, grit, and swagger, and Allen's got plenty of all three. What's really fascinating is how the fans are reacting to this potential blockbuster. Buffalo fans are devastated at the thought of losing their hero, the man who made them believe again after years of heartbreak. Philadelphia fans, on the other hand, are buzzing with excitement, imagining the chaos and glory that Allen could bring to Lincoln Financial Field. Sports radio lines are jammed, Reddit threads are exploding, and every sports talk show is throwing out their own theories. Some analysts are calling it impossible, saying the salary cap logistics alone would make it nearly unworkable. Others argue that in today's NFL, anything can happen if both sides are desperate enough. And let's be honest, Philly's front office has pulled off crazy moves before, so nothing's off the table. Behind closed doors, sources suggest that the Eagles have been quietly exploring major quarterback options for weeks. There's talk that the front office felt they'd reached a ceiling with their current setup, and that Allen's availability, however unlikely, was too tempting to ignore. There's even chatter that certain Eagles veterans have been consulted about the move, hinting that the locker room might already be preparing for something seismic. The narrative fits the city's bold mentality. Philadelphia doesn't just want to compete, it wants to dominate. If this rumor holds even a shred of truth, it's a sign that the organization is ready to gamble big. The energy around the team right now feels electric, uncertain, but full of dangerous potential. And then there's Josh Allen himself. What's he thinking? So far, he's stayed silent, avoiding interviews and sidestepping questions with practiced calm. But his body language lately, shorter press conferences, subtle frustration, has people talking. Could he actually be ready to leave Buffalo behind? A change of scenery might do him good, especially in a city that thrives on passion and toughness like Philadelphia. If Allen does land there, he won't just be another star. He'll be a symbol of Philly's relentless ambition. It's all still rumor, all still speculation, but one thing's for sure. Something's happening, and the NFL world can feel the tremor building before the explosion. The morning after the rumor broke, Philadelphia felt like it was holding its breath. Talk shows, newspapers, and social media feeds all echoed the same headline. Josh Allen to the Eagles? Nobody could tell what was real and what was smoke, but the buzz was unstoppable. People started spotting clues everywhere. Allen's brother following the Eagles' official Instagram, a flight from Buffalo to Philadelphia tracked online, and even a cryptic emoji tweet from one of Philly's assistant coaches. Every tiny detail became evidence for a theory that might not even exist, but that's the beauty of NFL rumors. Once the idea takes off, it develops a life of its own. Philly fans showed up outside the stadium in their jerseys just to feel the energy, as one fan put it. It's that kind of city. When there's a whisper of greatness coming, they show up loud and proud. Meanwhile, in Buffalo, the mood was the exact opposite: shock, denial, and a creeping sense of heartbreak. The idea of losing Josh Allen feels impossible to Bills Mafia, who've stood by him through every triumph and heartbreak. Local reporters tried to downplay the story, calling it pure speculation, but others couldn't ignore the signs. The Bills' GM had been unusually quiet. Their PR team was unavailable for comment, and there were unconfirmed reports of a tense meeting between Allen and the front office earlier in the week. The narrative shifted quickly from impossible to maybe, and that's when things got serious. When a franchise quarterback's loyalty is questioned, the entire organization feels the shockwaves. Buffalo, once so stable and proud, now finds itself on edge, wondering if their era is ending. Philadelphia sports insiders are treating this as more than just a crazy offseason rumor. Some are convinced there's substance behind the whispers, claiming the Eagles are preparing a trade package that could make even the most skeptical front office pause. The rumored offer? Jalen Hurts, 2 first-round picks, and a defensive starter. It's a king's ransom, but Josh Allen isn't just any quarterback. He's a generational talent. If the Eagles truly believe he's the missing piece, they'll pay whatever it takes. Philly has always embraced bold moves, and this would be their boldest yet. Imagine Howie Roseman pulling off a coup like this. It would cement his reputation as one of the most fearless general managers in the league. The shock, the headlines, the chaos, it's everything the NFL thrives on, and Philly fans live for it. But here's where things get tricky. The salary cap implications are massive, and NFL insiders know that pulling off a trade of this magnitude would require an almost surgical level of financial maneuvering. Bonuses, restructures, and future guarantees would all have to be reworked. Still, as we've seen before, where there's will and media buzz, there's a way. Some analysts are comparing this potential blockbuster to when Peyton Manning left Indianapolis or when Tom Brady shocked the world by joining Tampa Bay. Both times, the league landscape shifted overnight. If Allen actually joins the Eagles, the NFC power balance would tilt instantly, making Philly the team to beat. The echoes of this move would ripple for years, affecting drafts, free agency, and even coaching hires across the league. As the hours tick by, tension builds. Players from both teams have started reacting subtly online. Likes, emojis, cryptic posts that send fans into detective mode. One Eagles lineman tweeted, "Big things coming," before deleting it minutes later. A Bills receiver posted a broken heart emoji. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe this is the quiet chaos before the storm. The sports world loves to speculate, but this feels different. Too specific, too detailed, too loud to be random noise. Maybe it's all smoke, but there's definitely fire somewhere. And until an official announcement comes, everyone, from casual fans to diehard analysts, is hanging on every rumor, waiting for that one notification that changes everything. By the end of the day, one thing is certain: the Philadelphia Eagles have the entire NFL talking. Whether this trade is real or just a beautifully crafted rumor, it's accomplished something powerful. It's reminded everyone just how unpredictable this league can be. The idea of Josh Allen in green and silver has captivated the imagination of millions, and even if it never happens, it's given fans a thrilling glimpse into what could be. In the world of football, sometimes the fantasy is almost as good as the reality. But then again, with the Eagles' history of shocking the world, maybe, just maybe, this isn't fantasy at all. Maybe it's the beginning of a new dynasty taking shape right before our eyes. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments, and let's talk birds. As speculation intensifies, It appears that the Eagles are taking a multifaceted approach, combining private negotiations, internal reviews, and careful public messaging to navigate the storm. Reports indicate that management is assessing multiple contingency plans, ranging from disciplinary action to roster adjustments, while simultaneously trying to maintain a positive narrative for fans and media. The intricacy of the situation is compounded by the fact that every comment or social media post from Carter is scrutinized for clues about his intentions, fueling rumors of possible trades or departures. Meanwhile, the locker room remains under a microscope, with players reacting to the unfolding drama and adjusting their behavior in response to internal tensions. The potential consequences are significant, affecting team morale, draft strategies, and even future recruitment, as the organization seeks to demonstrate that it can manage high-profile talent while upholding its standards. Analysts suggest that the saga will likely continue to dominate headlines throughout the offseason, with each day bringing new insights, leaks, and conjecture, and that the eventual resolution, whatever it may be, will have lasting implications for both Carter and the Eagles. The stakes could not be higher, making this one of the most watched and analyzed narratives in professional football this year, and leaving fans on edge as they await definitive developments. Finally, the question that dominates every conversation is whether Jalen Carter will remain with the Eagles or depart before the 2025 season begins, a scenario that seems increasingly plausible as insiders hint at tensions that may be irreconcilable. The combination of media scrutiny, social media amplification, and internal discord has created an environment where every decision carries enormous weight, and the organization's leadership is reportedly under immense pressure to act decisively. Fans, players, and analysts alike are speculating about the ramifications of either outcome, from shifts in defensive schemes to changes in locker room dynamics and team morale. Carter's own statements continue to be dissected, with each subtle nuance interpreted as a potential indicator of his intentions or mindset, adding fuel to the already frenzied rumor mill. Some speculate that a trade could involve high-stakes negotiations, draft picks, or conditional agreements, while others believe that a release or mutual parting of ways might be on the table. Whatever the outcome, it is clear that the saga surrounding Carter has captivated the NFL community, creating a storyline filled with tension, uncertainty, and anticipation that will likely define the off-season narrative and leave an indelible mark on both the player's legacy and the identity of the Philadelphia Eagles franchise for years to come. As the days unfold, the sense of suspense surrounding Jalen Carter's intentions shows no signs of abating, with each new leak, rumor, or observation adding layers of drama, speculation, and intrigue to an already combustible situation. Observers describe the Eagles' locker room as a high-pressure environment, where every conversation, glance, and gesture is scrutinized for hidden meaning, and where the emotional stakes rival the tactical ones. Management, coaches, and players are reportedly balancing multiple priorities, trying to maintain focus on upcoming games while simultaneously engaging in private discussions that could ultimately determine the trajectory of the franchise, a delicate dance that requires diplomacy, strategic foresight, and emotional intelligence. Analysts continue to model trade scenarios, project the team's performance with and without Carter, and speculate on how his potential move could influence rival team strategies, creating a complex web of calculations that extends far beyond Philadelphia. Fans remain deeply engaged, monitoring social media, tuning into podcasts, and participating in discussions that range from serious analysis to playful speculation, further amplifying the sense of immediacy and drama. The narrative has taken on a life of its own, transforming a single player's professional decision into a saga of suspense, ambition, and human drama, captivating audiences both on and off the field. In this environment, every statement, every meeting, and every play takes on heightened significance, as the world watches with bated breath to see how the story of Jalen Carter and the Philadelphia Eagles will ultimately unfold, a story poised to leave lasting impact on careers, the franchise, and perhaps the entire league. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.